Good afternoon everybody, what's happening? Today I wanted to make a video showing you how to replace the rear oxygen sensor on an M54 engine, particularly on an E53 X5. Now right here we are looking at the M54 engine under the hood, and we have the pre-cat oxygen sensors located right here and one in the back right there. Now in order to replace the downstream oxygen sensors, those are the two oxygen sensors located after the catalytic converters. And in order to access those, we're going to have to get underneath the car. Now if we come down underneath the passenger side of the car, I have the car up on ramps. You can see the catalytic converters right here. Okay, finally here we are underneath the car. And to my left, you can see the sensor that is for bank 1 sensor 2, and to the right we have that one in the way back. That is bank 2 sensor 2, and that is the sensor that I'm going to be changing today. Now you can also see the transmission bell housings right up here. Here is the belly pan. And this is pretty much the passenger side of the car, where these rear oxygen sensors are located. Now these are much more difficult to reach and access than the pre-cat sensors located above in the manifolds. But let's go ahead and remove bank 2 sensor 2. Here's the sensor we're going to be removing. Okay, now to unplug the harness connection from this rear oxygen sensor, we need to go ahead and remove this vanity cover right here, the back one that goes over the center of the intake manifold. So let's remove it and then we can unplug that sensor. And there's two 10mm nuts to remove. Okay, and here are the harness plugs right here, and then we have one right here. Those are for the two rear oxygen sensors. Now to be fair, I cheated a little bit and I just snipped off the end of this wire so I could pull both ends of that oxygen sensor out of the car easily. Okay, now here's the new sensor, and the part number for this is 15109, and as always I will link this up in the description below. We're just going to take this guy and feed it through the back of the motor and down to the exhaust. And in case anyone was wondering, here's the old sensor, here's the new one on the left. Now since we're going to be threading that sensor into the exhaust and twisting the cable, we're going to do that first so we make sure that we don't tangle up this connection here and get it all twisted. So install it first, then we can make sure it's untwisted and plug it in. Okay, here we are back underneath the car, and you can see the new sensor on the right that we have just sort of fed down through the back of the engine, and now it's waiting to be installed. Okay, so the new sensor is threaded in, and we're just going to tighten it down with our tool. Okay, here we are. Here's a close-up. Here's our special tool this black socket right here. We have a short extension off of it and a breaker bar. And that is enough to loosen and tighten these rear oxygen sensors. And as always, I'll put a link in the description below where you can pick up this tool. And to finish this up, all we have to do is plug in our sensor. And we'll reinstall the plastic vanity cover. Okay, really quickly, here's a close-up look of that tool that I used to remove those sensors. As you can see, it has a cutout here so you can navigate the cord or the cable. And as always, I'll put a link in the description where you can pick this up below. And that's how you replace the rear oxygen sensors on an M54 engine. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please smash that like button and subscribe.